I am going. All right, let's see if it's here. Day 16. Okay, here, this is the one. If you notice here, I've got the blame game. Are you in it? Are you out? I wanted to say the blame game. Are you in or are you out? So I'm going to edit this. And again, you just go up here to these three little dots. You click on them. You tell it what you want to do. It's a little slow. Apologize for it being so slow. I'm using Loom today for my recording app. And I don't know if that's what's being so slow or if it's my connection. So I'm going to edit the post. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say the blame game. Are you in? Or are you out? I'm going to capitalize the A. Are you in or are you out? And then I'm going to go done editing. Okay, so that's how you can change any information that you want up here. But I got one more thing that I want to do. I want the link because my audience is saying that they want to do something about Facebook Live training for the month of March. So I've opened up a 5-day challenge that in my group. This is my group, a Facebook group, one of them. And they're going to be able to come into this group and we're going to do a Facebook Live 5-day challenge where they'll be able to just come in this group and hang out and practice where they don't feel threatened. And I'm going to go back to my editing, my post, and I am going to put down here and I'm going to put the link to that group and I'm going to say done editing. Now when people come to my profile and they check this out, they can actually go see more, they can go to that link and they can request to join that group and they can become part of that event. Now there's another tip that I'd like to share with you is you go down here and you actually click on your video so that it opens up like this into a new screen or a new window, I guess you would call it. And then, sorry about that. Once it does that, you're going to see over here on the right where you've got all the comments and everything. So let's say that you have a video that you have done and you want to share it with somebody else, but you don't like the image that's in place when people actually see your video on your fan page or whatever. You have to open it up in a window like this so that when you go to the three little dots, you're going to go down here to edit the video and that gives you additional options. You can't change the description. There are some other things that you can do. So this is going to open up. And if you want to tag people, if let's say you did an interview and you want to tag the people that were in the interview, you can do that. You can give this a title. And I'm just going to say the blame game. That was our subject matter for today. If you want to put where was this video taken, you can. You can go in here and you can say this video. So if you're tracking your videos and the time period that you're doing them, you can set this to the actual day that you actually did this recording so that in the future, as you're trying to locate an old video or whatever, so you can do a comparison, you will have it. And then the thing that I wanted to show you here is the thumbnail. So right now, this video was long enough that it has 10 different thumbnails that I can choose from. So I'm going to go back to to number 1. And sometimes I like to have this little action going on because it gets people's attention. The next one, that's not so good. Yeah, that one might be okay. Not so good. Not so good. Not so good. Not so good. No. No. That would be okay. But I really like that number 1 because it's giving you a little bit of action going on. So I'm going to change it to this one. And then when you go down here to save it, when people come to your profile and they go to the replay, they're going to see this new image, which to me is more pleasing, more pleasant. Okay. Now I am part of a 21-day Facebook Live challenge that I'm doing with this Lady Tribe. And so today is my content for the day. And for me to share this in that group, so let's say that you were taking part in my Build It Big with MJ 5-day challenge, and you're just trying to help some of the people in my group to know that they're not alone on the fear that people have when they first start going live, or make that thought about thinking about going live, or make that decision to go live, that we all have been there, that they're not alone. And you've got an old video somewhere that you want to share. You would go to that video on your profile or your fan page, wherever it's housed, and right here next to the world globe, and you have to make sure that the video you're trying to share is set to public, because you can share it and they're not going to be able to see it if it's not set to public. Then over here next to that is a date or a time. This was done an hour ago, 9:53 on February 26th. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on that and have it open up, and you can highlight this and save it. Or there's one other way that you can do it, depending on if you have to do this really from a computer. It's very difficult to do things like this on a tablet or on a mobile device. But I'm sure that there are people that have done it on other types of devices. But you just copy the URL, and then you go over to the group that you want to put that in, and you can just go to the comment or wherever it is in that group that you're working with that you want that information to be posted, and you just get into that field.
Hey everybody.
And you can right click and you can paste.
To Staying Pumped Up, our February series, our February Facebook Live
I'm just going to
series.
turn that off.
I hope that you're doing well.
And then you just put it in that group. When it's ready, you can put something in front of it if you'd like to, you know. Let's see, this was the Blame Game content. Oops. You can do an emoji if you wanted to. And if you're on a Windows computer, you know, if you want to bring the emojis up, if you struggle with, like for me, when I do the emoji button, I don't get it coming up very fast when I click on that thing here. So I do the Windows icon and the semicolon at the same time, and I get this. And I'm just going to put in my little trademark. That's what I consider my trademark anyway. And then you just click on post. And there it is. It's going to show up wherever it is, if you're sharing it in a group, if you're sharing it on your fan page. You know, it's different. It's really, you're not really sharing it. What you're doing is you're providing a link to it. So it's not like you've pushed on the little share arrow on Facebook, because Facebook is happy with you sharing other people's contents. So if you're putting this in on somebody else's page, no, don't do that. If you were on my page and you were sharing this content to somebody else's page, then it would be okay for you to use that share button. But the best way to do it is to just copy that link and then go and paste it. And then the other way that you can do it is, I'm going to go back to my profile, is all you have to do is put your cursor here on that date and right click and say, I want to copy the link location. And then you can go wherever it is that you're going to go to put this post and get into that comment field. You know, depending on where you're putting it and what the instructions were for what you're supposed to be doing. Some of them you have a link where the post says post your Facebook Live here, and it's not where you're doing a Facebook Live in the group. You're only copying the Facebook Live that you did on your profile or your fan page to a group comment field. And then you would get into there. That's not what I want. And you would right click in that box and paste that link. And again, you can put some content in front of it if you want to. I'm going to go over here on this end here. I apologize if this is something slow. And you can do an emoji or whatever you want to do, and then enter, and it'll be there. Then whoever's in the group doing whatever we're doing, they would click on your link and it would open up onto your profile page or fan page, and that's where they would actually do the viewing. They'd be able to see the comments, they'd be able to interact, and they would be able to talk to the people that were in that string, whether they were doing it on Facebook Live or coming in on the replay. So I hope this makes sense to you. I hope that it's helpful and that you've learned some new ninja tricks. And this thing is still trying to post, and I'm not going to worry about it. It's just my computer is real slow, but that's how you do it. And there it is. So it finally posted. So now this is actually showing up in a group under the discussion tab as a real life post. As a shared, it's technically a shared Facebook Live, because this is my Facebook Live that was on my profile that now I've put in here. So if you're going to join us on our Facebook Live 5-day challenge, you can do that. If you want to share some of your past experiences, you can. That's how you would share one of your old posts. And if you were planning on coming into our Facebook Live, you would actually come in here under discussion, and this is where you would put in your title, and then you would click on that, which you'd have to do it from your cell phone or your tablet, where you click on the Facebook Live button and actually do your Facebook Live in the group. So I'm hoping that you found great value here and that you'll come back and check this out. And hopefully we will see you on our Facebook Live series for the month of March 2020. MJ here. Until next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Y'all have a very, very, very blessed day.